my son rented a B&B, like a little bungalow. It was very cute. My daughter stayed with me, and she was able to work from, because she works for a bank, so she was able to bring her computer, and she was working. And I hear, in the morning, I heard her crying. And I come out, and I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "Mom, last night you fell asleep while we're watching Miss Congeniality." She says, "And for 2 hours you didn't move your legs." She studied. She said, I was ready to take the mirror and put it under your nose to see if you were breathing.
Okay, everybody, we have Connie here tonight, and going to introduce Connie. Connie comes to us, and we're doing this with patients now. We've been requested to do this from our patients. We have people, many videos on YouTube with patients having success with their restless leg surgery. And a lot of these are right after surgery, like within a week after surgery. And Connie here, I wanted to interview because I remember once you meet Connie, you'll never forget Connie. And she's a real character. She's from New Jersey, came all the way out here to Colorado. And she actually had surgery for her restless legs in October of 2022. And so that's almost approaching 2 years ago. And we just wanted to do an update check with people. And Connie's one of our favorites, and wanted to check in with her. And I think I'll probably just lead off by asking maybe A, how are you doing with your restless legs? And then B, maybe tell the story of your journey. I mean, just how you found out about us and what it was like before you learned about this. What happened when you first learned about it? But first of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping, and I'm having a lot of nice dreams where I haven't dreamed before. So,
right.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's really a miracle.
It's been pretty consistent since almost 2 years ago now.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
There's nothing that has decreased or gotten bad. Right. In fact, if I'm very tired and I sit down, I'm thinking, well, maybe I'm hurting a little bit from maybe I did a lot of exercise, a lot of walking. So I'm thinking it'll bother me. They don't.
They don't. That's awesome.
Very well.
So tell us, just interesting, what happened, what compelled you to come here, what were you kind of at your wits' end, and just tell us a little bit about your history before you came.
Well,
and how you learned about this.
I was a hairdresser for a long time, and I had kind of a restless legs, but I thought it was from standing up all day.
Mm-hmm.
Around 2014, it started to get where I wasn't sleeping well. I kept on jumping in my sleep. My husband kept on waking up, and he's like, "Come on, just lay down, just close your eyes." I would say, go to that. It got progressively worse to the point that I started pacing because I couldn't even sit down at night. I couldn't sit at the dinner table. I had to stand and eat. I couldn't go out to eat anymore.
Wow.
Movie theater. About the only thing I could do is, go to Walmart, go food shopping, because anytime I would even visit people, sit down, I had to stand up. And it gets to be, very trying for me, for the family. They were wonderful about it, but it was bad. But the worst part was when I started to fall. I would stand up and lean against the dining room chair and have my iPad because I couldn't literally lay down.
Wow.
And because of lack of sleep, maybe an hour at night I would sleep. Started to fall asleep standing up. I broke my back. I fell in. I broke my back maybe after or before I met you. I fell multiple times, passing out. And I knew that it was just a matter of time of me hitting something and just dying an earlier death than I should have.
And you tried the medications, I'm assuming, but you still couldn't sleep.
Yeah, it was very good. It was like a miracle cure for a couple of years.
Right.
Taking it, and it wouldn't let me sleep all night. And then I had to take more and more, and still wasn't sleeping. I was still sleeping like an hour a night. So I get on, I Dr. Google it. My family says, well, you got to be careful because you don't know what you're reading. No, the internet is wonderful, and you have to really use your brain.
Is that how you discovered us, Connie?
The best way, that I discovered you was when you had the videos of your patients, one after the other after the other. I mean, like one person. It was multiple people. And of course, you explain it very clear, and I can see that you had a passion about this, and it made sense to me because I couldn't believe that it was the dopamine in my brain that was affecting my leg. I said, to me, it made sense. It's mechanical, more,
Very good.
I even had a family friend who was my vascular surgeon, and he couldn't do anything for me. He thought, he could strip some veins and they would feel better. And no. I mean, he's fascinated with this. I said the simplicity of it is incredible and immediate relief. The second night after my surgery with you for the first part, my son rented a B&B, like a little bungalow. It was very cute. My daughter stayed with me, and she was able to work from, because she works for a bank, so she was able to bring her computer, and she was working. And I hear, in the morning, I heard her crying. And I come out, and I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "Mom, last night, you fell asleep while we're watching Miss Congeniality." She says, "And for 2 hours, you didn't move your legs." She studied. She said, I was ready to take the mirror and put it under your nose to see if you were breathing. She says, "Mom, it worked for you. It's amazing." Because she was wondering how I would take the airplane trip. Right. And I was worried about that. But I made that. That was okay. Sometimes it can, my legs can work for a few hours.
Right.
She was just amazed. And then, unfortunately, last year, I broke my femur, and I was in, what do you call it, like a place for a month. What do you have to say? Do PT?
Rehab.
Rehab.
Had to go to rehab. Okay.
Yeah, and one of the times she came to visit me, she said, "Ma, you would never be able to lay in the bed and sit like this."
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
It was terrible that you broke your leg, but, we really see that the surgery works.
Right.
Even all this other stuff.
So, Connie, how long, you learned about this on YouTube, I assume. Is that right?
Yes, on YouTube.
How long did you what was your first impression of it? Did it take you a while to feel comfortable with this decision? No,
I was ready to buy my ticket right away.
Right away, okay.
But because of my legs, and because of COVID, my little business, online business I had, I was selling crystal sun catchers to all kinds of craft stores, and I was doing very well. And everything dropped after COVID. So between that and my health going down, so the money was there. So my kids have been really supporting us. And when I sat down and I said to my son and my daughter, I said, I found someone. And this took about 8 months, 6 months, something like that. I didn't put a timeline on it. And I said, I found someone that I really believe him. And I explained everything, and they said, "Mom, if you feel that," she says, "I'm going to send you." And my son got the tickets, and everything just went so smoothly. They'll do anything for me. Like the second time, I need to get my third nerve done because that's the one that I was kicking so much in my sleep. The nurses had two nurses had to hold my legs down.
Right.
And when I woke up, she says, "You were ready to cry because you felt so bad you couldn't do the third nerve because I was kicking so much, and I have a heart problem, so you didn't want to overdo it." And that's what I appreciate, your cautiousness. But I felt like $1,000,000. I felt like I had a little sleep. I felt it was like a vacation.
Right.
First time I'm in Colorado, we're ready to move there. Do that.
People say that it's a nice trip when you come here.
Yes, it's a nice. But really listening to every time I seem, once I found some videos, and then I opened up my iPad again, and then it brings more. And I'm always I do artwork, so I'm always having my iPad, and I'm always scrolling through. So it was just more information and more information, and I'm just so happy for these people. But I also found out how many more people have this problem. And they are prisoners in their homes.
Yeah, they are. It's very sad. It's a very, I guess part of my passion for people like this is because you just silently are suffering, and you don't know. People don't know. They don't understand because we're all people that don't have it. They're sleeping at night, and then to me, half the struggle with this dreaded problem is the anxiety you must have when you wake up in the morning, whatever amount of sleep you get, because you have anxiety about what's going to happen the next night, and then the next day, what's going to happen the next night.
And doctor told me that he thinks definitely I got this AFib from lack of sleep for so long. And I believe that. I said something.
That's true, and there are studies out there, now that you mention it, that show a little more in women than men that it does create heart issues. I mean, because of lack of sleep, and both for men and women, there's earlier death because of this from the lack of sleep and just all the mental and physical problems that it can cause. So,
good sleep, and if you're awake all the time, no, it was miserable. But and the video
exactly
is so helpful because everyone has a little different story. I was listening to how many doctors came to you, nurses, people that stand on their feet, and I bet that they're complaining in their own mind, thinking, "Well, because I'm standing all the time," you know.
Right. Exactly.
Like, sometimes we are our own worst enemies, that we don't give ourselves attention enough.
Exactly.
But
I better let you go.
Okay.
And then you and I can talk for
forever
for an hour, and I don't know if people on YouTube want us to, but I would. But anyway, so
I just really hope that
we want to keep this to a point of my 10 minutes or so, but.
Yes.
But I really appreciate you. I reached out, and we're actually just reaching out to people, see how they're doing. Maybe a year or two out, and I really you're very enthused about this.
Oh, absolutely.
You're a great ambassador for us, and I really appreciate your support. And
I didn't have.
What's that?
You gave me a quality of life that I haven't had in so long.
Yeah, well, it's and I'm so glad everything's working well, and you're looking really great, Connie.
Thank you.
You still got all that energy. I love that.
I tried.
A lot of energy. So, so anything else you want to say? And then I'm going to let you go and say a few things at the end. Anything else?
God blesses you, and you can live to 150 because you have a lot of work to do. There's a lot. I have to get you up here and introduce you to my doctor friends. They have going on.
Okay.
One day.
Well, I better let you go. I just finished by letting people know, hey, if you're watching, understand that we do surgery for restless legs, and it's a concept. We've been doing this for 10 years. We really believe it's mechanical, that nerve tunnels become tight in your legs, and if the symptoms are below your knee, which most of the time they're symptoms in your leg, then it stands to reason that you need to consider the option of opening up tight nerve tunnels. It's very much like Connie was saying, it's mechanical. It doesn't necessarily have to be all about dopamine and iron and all these things. And I do have a book out there called A Perfect Night's Sleep. It's on Amazon. You might want to watch that. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then also make sure you can find us on Facebook too. So we're everywhere on the internet. So, but again, Connie, God bless you.
Thank you. You too.
And you take care, and appreciate talking to you tonight.
Anytime.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.